All right, we did get metal right here, new metal. Have been practicing a lot more, and these are my newer lines. Let's see, these are the newer ones that I didn't do. The older stuff is on this side where I was burning holes all through it and stuff like that, and not getting the smoothest lines possible. Then they started getting better after I consulted my brother, who welds for a living, and I ended up getting a lot smoother lines. That's a good thing. But as we can see, what happens with smooth lines too much, it warps the panel. So what we're going to do is, instead of cut the piece out right here and just replace all of this, I'm going to go ahead and clean up all these areas and just replace the spots that need to be replaced. Like this is going to be a long big one, and then this is going to be another one. I'm going to do it in sections like that, and then hopefully when I get into, I'd be able to get under and pop this out. Well, pop it out, hammer it out, whatever, get it smooth. So then I can use less filler on that, and then this door will be one step closer to being completed. Then we can move on to resanding and repriming those fenders and the nose clip, and then we are that much further to actually putting paint finally on the car. But body work is body work. We need to get it done. Kind of hard to figure out which ones are the new ones and which ones aren't, but we've got some practice in, not much, but I want to go ahead and get started on this door. So next we will be grinding off the bad pieces. All right, got it all cleared up, and I got my dimensions measured. I'm gonna need it 5.5 inches from here to the edge, 4.5 inches from the bottom to the top. This ended up being 4.5 inches from the bottom to the top, but we're going 17 inches to get all of this out of here. So this whole section will be cut out and replaced, and then this is a 3x5 square. So got my dimensions, got my area that I'm going to cut out. All right, we got our 3 pieces cut out. They are in this particular order: the 3.5 by 3.5, the 4.5 by 5, and our big one. Now, the one thing I forgot to do, like on this one for example, I made the 3.5 by 3.5 mark, but I didn't go over because I'm gonna have to roll those edges around. So I probably won't be having to use the whole 3.5, so I can probably get away with that. The 17 is gonna be fine also. It's a little over, and I can scoot it just a little further down to where it won't, all the old metal, bad metal will be out, and then I can still curve it around. This one, I went way bigger. So now I can line it up where it's supposed to be, just like that, and it'll fit. So learn from that mistake, but at least I didn't waste any of it. So I'm going to get this all grinded out, and we'll be back. All right, so we have this hole cut out. This is the 5x4, the 17 incher, and the 3x5. Now, the good thing is I can reach in here. The bad thing is the glass is still in the way. So it's a lose-lose situation on that part. But I'll figure something out to get this knocked up some. I know I still have to clean these up, but first I have to sand this and get it treated so that it doesn't rust anymore, all the way across here, and then vacuum out all the junk that's been sitting at the bottom of this door. So, all right, yeah, once I get these cleaned up and the POR 15 on it to kill the rust, we're back. That's right, folks. Once again, we did PDR with a crowbar. It did fit in there, and boy, I tell you, I got to do this one a little bit more, but this right here, much better than what it used to be. This little spot here, and then this little spot right here, I got to bend up some more. But other than that, it is not going to need nowhere near as much body filler as it did before, thanks to trusty crowbar. So I'm going to finish up this one, and this one, yep, just right there. That one's worse. I'm going to do that right now. All right, so we got this patch in there. Well, they're not welded in, it's just fitted in. This one kind of just holds itself in place, and this one has to be held in by magnet also. I did find out that I am using the wrong gauge. Well, I'm not using the wrong gauge. The metal thickness of this is a lot thicker than this gauge. If this is 22, this is probably like an 18 gauge or 16, who knows. I haven't measured. So I'm gonna have to use some filler here, but it's not gonna be the same as trying to fill in those holes. See, now all I gotta do is tack welds all the way around, and then I'll adjust this as I go to try to match it, to get it to match the top piece here, so that it eliminates the amount of filler that I will have to use. So that is going to be it for today. I'm going to go ahead and spray some paint here and on the inside of these other panels also, just so that the rust doesn't come back overnight. So let me get those out of my way. Yeah, I'm going to spray this area, and here. So other than that, that's it. Tomorrow we will be back in the morning to start tack welding these in place. So until then, like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you all in the morning.